It looks like there's more moves being made by Todd Monkin and the Cleveland Browns. These could have effects on Shedeur Sanders as well. We got to get into it. Welcome to Keep the Vision. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share the channel, hit that bell notification, hype the video. We got to get right into things, man. Todd Monkin not playing games. Major culture shift happening in Cleveland. Major culture shift, and it's much needed.
Did a full expose with the Baltimore Sun, and there were some fun Todd Monken-esque quotes in them.
No mention of aliens or ex-girlfriends, though.
Yet. He's saving that one for after the first. Can you imagine Todd Monken talking aliens?
Yes, I could. And you know what? I might have to try and make it my mission during training camp to see if I could get him to talk some
I know
aliens.
this is never going to happen because the last thing they would ever want to do is pair me with Todd Monken on anything. Me and Todd Monken.
I think you'd get
just
along.
cracking some Coors Banquet.
I think you guys would get along
and
well.
just jabbering, just talking world stuff. I think I would have a lot of fun.
I think
he
too.
would have a lot of fun. I don't know anybody would find it interesting, but I think it'd be a real hoot.
I mean, mid-conversation, he'd probably start cussing you out, but that'd be fun
that's
too.
Fine. Yeah, I'm Hungarian. I'm used to that.
Right.
Yeah, all my uncles ever did is you'd think it's a normal conversation, and then all of a sudden you're like, wait, what did I do wrong here? Yeah. That's why I'm so quick on my feet.
You should know, Nick, what you did wrong.
Yeah, or and this was a great joke we told it after Mama's funeral. The how poorly can you handle the flashlight, which I know everybody's had. If you've got a dad that tried to have you help working on stuff, but you never really experienced it until you heard curse words in Hungarian. But some of the quotes coming out, he's saying, "I'm very difficult when somebody says." Maybe you're brash or you can be hard, whether it's coaches or players. It's a hard business. And he also talked about him thinking he's authentic, but that maybe some coaches or players or whatever don't like that approach. I hate, absolutely hate, with authority, with a passion, when people say old school coaches don't work or aggressive coaches or brash coaches don't work. Dan Campbell is one of those guys.
I was just about to mention him.
And he's not an anomaly, by the way. Just because they don't do press conferences the way Dan Campbell does doesn't mean that they're not brash or demonstrative or demanding. Yeah. Nick Sirianni, I think the guy's a bit of a space cadet. But the guy clearly is more of a demanding, aggressive head coach. Guys, you think the Harbaughs are singing players' lullabies? I don't think they are.
No.
It's just their public personas might be a little different.
Yeah,
and the reason why I say that is, listen, if you go 0-16 this year, good luck for Todd Monkin to try and keep 0-17 because it'd be weird if you went 0-16. But good luck.
You could go 0-16.
That's true, and then you get that last one and real sense of accomplishment. But no, I mean, I like you can go if you go 0-17, it's going to be hard to keep a locker room.
Right.
Doesn't matter if you are Vince Lombardi, come back from the grave, or if it doesn't matter if you're Todd Monken or anybody else. But beyond that, like the coaches that I have seen failed either had no business being NFL head coaches, meaning they knew football, but they just didn't have the right mix of personality and knowledge. And it's an odd mix you have to have of a lot of different things. I think of Pat Shurmur. I think of Freddie Kitchens. They're opposite ends of that spectrum, but neither guy really belonged to be a head coach.
Yeah.
The guys, now beyond those guys, the guys that I've seen fail, it's been people who losing changed you. Hugh Jackson. Guys, I think Hugh Jackson, if his second spot had come at a spot where they were going to win, I think what happened is the second they started losing at that level, the Hugh's weaknesses became magnified. And I think Hugh changed with the pressure of losing and being associated with that level of losing. That's not entirely on Hugh.
And your overselling ultimately ended up what lost you any and all credibility.
Yes. And so I think
Trust me on this one, Nick.
Mike Pettin, year two, I think was a guy who losing changed fundamentally how he interacted with his players. And also, that was just a dog. What happened to him was dog bleep, and we can say that now with 10 years hindsight.
And with Kyle Shanahan leaving the way he did, I mean, it just, Johnny B, that whole thing was a mess.
But I don't look at Todd Monken and think, okay, this is a 60-year-old guy. If they start the season 1-8, I don't think he's going to change with that. I think one of the benefits of hiring a guy that's 60 years old, that has been through a myriad of different, in college, in the pros, and as a coordinator, positional coach who's been fired before, on different staffs that have been fired. Like, I think this guy is kind of equipped to do this because he has a wealth of worldly experience, and he has seen people fail around him. Yeah. And he knows this is his one chance. Like, I just would be shocked if, like, the number one cardinal sin you can't do. The reason why Dan Campbell started out as a laughing stock for the first year and a half while they were losing, and the thing that allowed him to turn the corner and right the ship there and finish strong in the second year, which helped him avoid getting fired, and then they used that as a launching point to his third year where they actually got back to the playoffs, is because he didn't change who he was.
Right.
And I look at Todd Monkin, and I really do think, like, listen, you might not win because you might not have the players. And you might only get 1 year. I don't know. I can't forecast how this is going to go. But in terms of his style of coaching, I think he understands you can be brash, you can be blunt, you can be whatever, as long as you also know how to say you're sorry, or as long as you're also know how to take accountability and leadership for that.
Players know how to sniff out phoniness, okay?
Yeah.
One of the reasons I love Hard Knocks so much is you really can, if you know what to look for when you're watching that series, because it is a very sanitized, or it has become a very sanitized year-by-year look at a team's training camp. But if you know what to look for, you can tell what's legit and what's fake. I remember watching that Lions season of Hard Knocks, and I was like, man, this guy makes me want to run through a brick wall for him, but also at the same time, I wonder how much staying power this is going to have, this shtick that he's doing. And it wasn't shtick. That's just him. Robert Saleh, I'll go the Jets, okay? Oh, thank God that Aaron Rodgers, that was the whole Hard Knocks season, was how happy that they had Aaron Rodgers there, and their season, once Aaron got hurt, the season fell apart. Well, yeah, you never built a team. It was all about Aaron Rodgers. Conversely, that same year here in Cleveland, the Browns went through 5 different quarterbacks. Kevin Stefanski that year actually built a team, and so they were able to overcome all that adversity. And so you're right. I mean, people in general, when it comes to leadership, they want authenticity from their leaders. They don't want to be sold a bill of goods. They don't want to be lied to. They don't want to be performed to or told what they want to hear. Okay, they want that authenticity. And look, whether you like it or not, Todd brings an element of authenticity. I think one of the areas where Kevin struggled, I would tell you guys off the air all the time just what a hilarious guy Kevin Stefanski is.
Yeah.
But then you get him in front of cameras and microphones, and it puts everyone to sleep, and he doesn't tell you anything, and he doesn't open up, and he doesn't let you in. And I think that's one of the biggest mistakes that Kevin made when he was here, because he wasn't a dummy. Did he? Now, do I agree with everything he did as head coach? No. Do I think he deserved to be fired? Yes. But at the same time, like, I think that if Kevin was more authentic publicly, I mean, go back to the clip. Remember
but even
remember
what
the
you're
locker
saying,
room?
real quick, even the players, I think, felt like he could be inauthentic.
Yes, because remember the one clip where Kevin said, and the Browns put it out on their social media, and Kevin, after a win, I forget which one, but he was like, "Have I ever lied to you?" And the look on Myles Garrett's face in the background, his eyes got real big, and then he rolled them and turned and kind of had a little bit of